So here's my obligatory I took Mary Jane to work comment. Leaving a little bit earlier this morning. We're getting some tires replaced on Mary Jane's car before the winter time. And so we had to drop it off at the mechanic. So I took her to work this morning. So I'm leaving from there. That's all I have to say on that. What I really want to talk about is commenting on other people's driving. I live in an area where, obviously, especially a lot of my coworkers, my colleagues, we are all driving the same route to get to the school. And I live in a small town where you end up passing or being passed by a lot of people that you know on occasion. Not a lot, but it can happen. And one of the worst things someone can do is catch up with me later and say, "Man, you were really driving fast back there," or "Golly, you were really flying," or just, was it worth going? I drive, I'm going to incriminate myself here, I drive 77 miles per hour on the regular. I just run the speedometer up to 77, hit cruise, and that's where I drive at, because that is the speed at which I am comfortable. That is the speed that I have found gives me the best gas mileage. That is the speed at which I can travel where I feel safe and in control. So that's what I do. I choose that speed. I know it's faster than the posted speed limit, and the only person that can tell me otherwise is a police officer if they decide to pull me over. And at that point, I am at fault because I am driving faster than the law permits me to drive on the interstate. I just feel like that's a good speed for me. That's what my cruise is set to right now, every day. Sometimes it goes a little faster when I'm trying to pass somebody. Sometimes it goes a little slower when people are being foolish. But most of the time, my cruise is set to 77 miles per hour. And it's just super annoying. That's why does anybody deserve, or why is anybody allowed to comment, "Wow, you're really flying by me, you should probably slow down"? No, I shouldn't. I don't feel as though I am in danger or am putting anybody else in danger by driving that speed. If I did, I wouldn't do it. I don't want to drive 80 because I don't feel like I have good control over the vehicle at that point. I don't want to drive 72 because I feel like that's just... You know how sometimes you have relative speed? Like, when I drive 72, I just feel like I'm crawling. I look at the medians that go by, or the trees on the side of the road, and it just feels like they're just crawling by me. It doesn't feel like I'm making the most efficient use of my time in the car. And a commute is one of the biggest wastes of time that people have. You are stuck in a vehicle or some sort of transportation device, whether it be train or subway or bus or taxi. You are stuck in there for the amount of time that it takes you to get to your place of work, your place of employment. And some people, if you're riding along as a passenger, you can answer emails or make phone calls or eat, sure. But as the driver, you're pretty much just stuck to driving and recording silly videos that one or two people watch. But I want to make the most efficient use of my time. I want to get from point A to point B as safely and quickly as possible so that I can then do what I need to do to feel productive that day. Driving is a huge waste of time. It just is. And it could be eliminated if we lived closer to where we work or where we go to school. You don't really have a choice when you go to school. But people don't want to do that anymore. Society doesn't like to live close to where they work. People are living in satellite locations away from their work so they don't have to be around their coworkers in their casual setting, in their personal time. I can't say I disagree with that sentiment. So that's my case that I'm pleading. Yes, it is not the rule, as it were, and I know I'm a big stickler for rules of the road. that's just one that I use as an exception, that I feel an exception to, is drive the speed you're comfortable at that doesn't endanger yourself or others. Don't go flying 90 down the interstate. That is not safe for anyone. But between 68 and 78 miles per hour, when the posted speed limit is 70, I think you're fair. In fact, between 62 and 78, within 8 miles per hour of the posted speed limit. That being said, if you're going 62 and I'm behind you, I'm not going to like it very much. All right, I'll see you this afternoon.